Okay, next we're going to talk about how to multiply during word problems. So the first word problem I have is the length of a side of a rectangle is 4x plus 6. The width of the rectangle is 2x plus 5. What is the area of the rectangle? In order to do this problem, I suggest that you draw a picture. So I have a rectangle below, and I'm going to label my length and my width. So my length is 4x plus 6, and my width is 2x plus 5. The question says, what is the area of a rectangle? In order to find the area of a rectangle, you multiply length times width. So if you see here, I have my length and my width. My length and my width are both binomials, so I'm going to multiply a binomial times a binomial. In order to do that, I'm going to create a box that's 2 by 2. So I need to multiply I have to put 4x plus 6 on the outside and 2x plus 5 on the outside. When you multiply 2x times 4x, which is going to give you 8x squared. Then you multiply 2x times 6, which is going to give you 12x. Then you multiply 5 times 4x, which is going to give you 20x. And 5 times 6, which is 30. After you multiply using the box, you have to look for your like terms. My like terms in this case are 20x and 12x. So when I write my answer, I'm going to add those together. So I'm going to get 8x squared. 20 plus 12 is 32x plus 30. So the area of my rectangle that has a length of 4x plus 6 and a width of 2x plus 5 is 8x squared plus 32x plus 30. The next problem says we are building a rectangular swimming pool in the rectangular backyard. The backyard is 14x by 5x. If the swimming pool measures 2x by 6x, how much yard will be left to build the pool in? As you can see, I've already drawn a picture of this situation. I have my backyard, and then I have my pool inside my backyard. So it tells me in the problem my backyard is 14x by 5x, which means one side's going to be 14x, the other side's going to be 5x. And then my swimming pool is going to be 2x by 6x. And I have to figure out how much yard is going to be left. In order to do this, I'm going to need to find the area of my yard. When you find the area of your yard, since it's a rectangle, you're going to multiply length times width. So I'm going to multiply 14x times 5x. When I'm multiplying here, I do not have to use the box because I'm multiplying one term by one term. So when I multiply here, I multiply 14x times 5x. So I multiply my coefficients. So 14 times 5 is going to give you 70. And then I add my exponents. It's x and x, which is going to make x squared. Then I have to find the area of my pool. To find the area of the pool, you're going to multiply length times width again because I'm talking about a rectangle. So I'm going to multiply 2x times 6x. When I multiply 2x times 6x, I get 12x squared. Again, I don't have to use the box because I'm multiplying one term by one term. So now I have the area of the yard and the area of the pool, and I want to figure out what's left. So basically I want to find this shaded region here. In order to find this shaded region, or the green region there, you need to take out your pool. So in order to take out the area of your pool, you're going to subtract your yard minus your pool. So your yard is 70x squared. Your pool is 12x. So when you subtract 70x squared minus 12x squared, you're going to get 58x squared. And that's going to be your answer. So anytime it gives you a situation, you should always draw the situation. If you have to figure out what is left, you're going to find the area of one rectangle, the area of the second rectangle, and then you're going to subtract your big minus your small, which in this case was your yard minus your pool. The next situation says a basketball has a radius of 2x plus 3. Find the total surface area of the basketball. Use the formula S equals pi r squared. So my formula to find the surface area is S equals 4 pi r squared. In order to use this formula, I need to know what my radius is. R in this formula stands for my radius. So I'm going to plug my radius in. So I have 4 pi. My radius is 2x plus 3. So I'm plugging that in for r. Remember, when we plug something in, we put it in parentheses. And then it's squared. Okay? Okay, in order to do this, I have to square my 2x plus 3. You cannot distribute your 2 because you have a binomial here. So you have to write 2x plus 3 twice. So I'm going to have 4 pi times 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 3. To do this problem, you do have a couple of options. My first thing to do, usually is what I try to do, is multiply my binomial and my binomial. So I'm going to multiply 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 3. Since I am multiplying a binomial by a binomial, I have to use the box. So I have 2x plus 3, and I have 2x plus 3. When you multiply here, 2x times 2x is going to give you 4x squared. 2x times 3 is going to give you 6x. 2 times 3x again is going to give you 6x, and 3 times 3 is 9. So I still have my 4 pi, I haven't done anything with it. And then I'm going to have 4x squared. I'm going to add my like terms of 6x and 6x together to get 12x plus 9. Now, my final step here is I have 4 pi, and then in parentheses I have 4x squared plus 12x plus 9. So my last step is to distribute here. We're just going to leave our pi in our answer. So we're going to multiply our coefficients of 4 and 4 to make 16. And then I have my pi and my x squared. Plus, then you're going to do it to the next term. 4 times 12 is 48. Pi x plus, and then I'm going to distribute to my last term. So 4 times 9 is 36, and you have to bring your pi along. So the total surface area of my basketball here is going to be 16 pi squared plus 48 pi x plus 36 pi. The next example says the Hendersons have a circular hot tub in their backyard. The radius of the hot tub is 3x plus 4. Find the area of the hot tub. Use the formula area equals pi r squared. So I have my formula of area equals pi r squared. In order to do this, I need to plug my radius in for r. So I'm going to have pi. My radius is given as 3x plus 4. And then I have to square it because of my formula. Again here, you cannot distribute your 2 to each term in parentheses. You have to write it twice because you have a binomial in your parentheses. So I'm going to have 3x plus 4 times 3x plus 4. Just like the last problem, we're going to go ahead and multiply our binomials first. So I'm going to multiply 3x plus 4 times 3x plus 4. I have to use a 2 by 2 box because it's 2 terms multiplied by 2 terms. So when I multiply here, 3x times 3x is going to give me 9x squared. 3x times 4 is going to give me 12x. 4 times 3 is going to give me 12x. And 4 times 4 is going to give me 16. So I still have my pi because I haven't done anything with that. Then when I multiplied, I got 9x squared. I have like terms of 12x and 12x, so I'm going to add them together to get 24x. And then I have plus 16. Then my final step for this example, I have to distribute my pi. So I'm going to multiply pi to each term. So I'm just going to have 9 pi x squared. Multiply pi times 24x is going to give me 24 pi x. And multiply pi times 16, it's going to give you 16 pi. So the area of my circular hot tub is going to be 9 pi x squared plus 24 pi x plus 16 pi. And the final example I'm going to go over is example 5, which says a sports team is building a new stadium on a rectangular lot. If the lot measures 5x plus 5 by 9x plus 3, and the sports field measures 3x by 8x, how much of the lot will be left over to build bleachers on? So to do this problem, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw myself a picture so I know what I'm dealing with. I have a rectangular lot. My lot is 5x plus 5 by 9x plus 3. And then inside of it, I'm going to have my sports field. which is 3x by 8x. And I have to figure out what's left over. So I have to figure out how much I've got to build bleachers on, which is that shaded region there. So in order to do this problem, this is similar to problem number 2. I'm going to have to find the area of my lot. So to find the area of my lot, I'm going to multiply length times width. So I multiply 5x plus 5 times 9x plus 3. In order to multiply these, I'm going to have to use the box because I'm multiplying 2 terms by 2 terms. So I'm going to draw my square that's 2 by 2. So I have 5x, and I have 5, and I have 9x, and 3. When you multiply 9x times 5x, you multiply your coefficients, which is going to give you 45. Add your exponents, so you get x squared. 9x times 5 is 45x. 3 times 5x is 15x. And 3 times 5 is 15. Then you add your like terms together. So I'm going to have 45x squared. When I add 45 and 15, that's going to give me 60x plus 15. Then after I find the area of my lot, I have to find the area of my field, which is my sports field. So I have to multiply, to find area, you multiply 3x times 8x. When you multiply 3x times 8x, you multiply your numbers, so 3 times 8 is going to be 24. And then you add your exponents, so you're going to have 24x squared. So after I find my 2 areas, I have to figure out what's left. In order to figure out what's left, I have to take my sports field out of that picture. So in order to do that, I'm going to subtract. So when you subtract your lot minus your field, because it's always big minus small, and you subtract underneath your like term. So I'm going to subtract 45 and 24x squared, which is going to give me 21x squared. And then I still have plus 60x plus 15. And that's going to be your answer. So when you have a problem where you have to figure out how much is left, again, you're going to find the area of your lot. You're going to find the area of whatever's inside, which in this case is the field. You're going to then subtract big minus small. So it's going to be lot minus field.